The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and our future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Yes, it's cold. Welcome to the program for this 9th day of December 2025, and what might be the last Action PC 25 baseball stream of the year, because we're going to be doing some other things before we get to our 1986 replay. And the reason why this might be it for Action PC Baseball 25 is the Milwaukee Brewers seem to have a stranglehold on this series, the real World Series. They lead the Blue Jays 3-0. Game 4 on a 60-some-odd degree night in Toronto. In a moment, Toronto will go with Eric Lauer, who pitched in Game 1 but can give you 85 full pitches here in Game 4. If Toronto can win tonight, then you'll have Trey Savage going tomorrow, or going the next time that you and I are together in Game number 5. Milwaukee, I forgot the name of their starter, but you can pretty much put me out there with a 3-zip lead, and it's not going to hurt you that bad. Milwaukee pounded Toronto yesterday. Kevin Gausman laid an egg that made an ostrich egg out there. It wasn't just any egg, it was an ostrich egg. You could have fed 15 people with the omelet that he left for you on the mound. And Toronto, despite the fact they were down 10-0, they did get 4 on the board, but that was that for that. So that's the setup for you. Milwaukee wins this one. The series is over, and our Action PC Baseball 25 will probably be over. Pour yourself some coffee or some cocoa and strap in. Game 4 is next. As Retro Sports Network presents the real World Series for 2025 from Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario. It is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Montreal Brewers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave, Vinny, and Joe today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And you still have time to sign up for the con in Connecticut. Andrew rooting for the sweep, or not for the sweep. So is Mr. Gorky. We had 6 below here in town today. That's cold. Eric Lauer gets the call in Game 4. He can go 85 pitches. He's 30. He throws a fastball at 99 and a fly ball pitcher. Out of the pen in Game 1, he went 2 2/3, 53 pitches, 7 hits, 2 runs, all earned, and struck out 4. Tim, how are you? Edwin Diaz signing with the Dodgers. Kyle Schwarber staying with the Phillies. Play ball. Here's the lineup for Milwaukee, who, by the way, still had the best record. Eric Lauer. Bryce Trang leads off at second for Milwaukee. Andrew Vaughn gets the call today again at first. He'll bat second. Jackson Chourio and Christian Yelich flip in the lineup. Chourio in center goes third, and Yelich, the DH, cleans up. William Contreras, who had such a big day yesterday, behind the plate batting 6th. Sal Frelick in right will bat 6th, or Contreras batting 5th. Caleb Durbin at third, batting 7th. Isaac Collins in left goes 8th, and Joey Ortiz at short, batting 9th. Lauer on the mound, again, 85 pitches. If he gets through 5, they're doing good, but they're heavily... Lauer. Isn't that what I said? Meanwhile, the Guardians, Tim says, will probably just twiddle their thumbs because besides the one reliever they signed. I don't know what to tell you. Defensively for Toronto, I think I did this right. Steve's drinking a tropical smoothie, and it's cold. If it's above 0, it's not cold. Yeah, we had 6 below here in town this morning. Miles Straw is a 7 and a 6 in left. Dalton Varsho, a 9 and a 7 in center. George Springer, a 4 and a 5 at right. Addison Barger is a 6 at third. Bo Bichette, a 4 and a 6 at short. Andres Jimenez is a 10 and a 6 at second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a 7 at first. Alejandro Kirk, a 10 and a 5 behind the plate. And Lauer, no relation to Matt, 33 in Dayton, Ohio. I think we're up to 13 here. Lauer, by the way, is a 4. Hasn't flirted with Katie Couric in a while. And is a terrible 714 fielding percentage. Greg says, I knew the Blue Jays weren't going after Diaz when I heard Atkins say they are comfortable with Hoffman. Seriously? Okay. Glad I'm not a season ticket holder anymore because I would not be pleased. You sure that the ghosts of Haywood Sullivan and Buddy LaRue aren't running the Blue Jays? So Lauer, again, 2 2/3, 7 hits in his last outing. Terang, 2 for 13 on the series with an RBI and 3 runs scored. Game 4 starts with a ground ball to Jimenez over to Guerrero, 1 out. Excuse me. Andrew Vaughn went 0 for 3 yesterday. As we were talking about a little bit yesterday, baseball needs a salary floor. You want revenue sharing, you got to spend X amount. Not a problem for the Jays. There's a slow chopper to Bo. Bichette throws to Guerrero, and Vaughn is retired, 2 out. For Jackson Chourio, hitting .417, 5 for 12 with 2 RBI. Struck him out. And the Jays get a 1-2-3 first. A full count curveball swung on and missed. After half an inning, Milwaukee nothing. Here come the Jays. And Quinn Priester gets the call to put the salt the series away for Milwaukee. He's 24. Fastball at 88. Standard pitcher. 24 starts, 29 appearances. He went 13 and 3 with an earned run average of .332. 157 and a third, 145 hits, 62 runs, 58 earned, 18 homers, 50 walks, and 132 strikeouts for Quinn. If they win this, he pitched for the Red Sox at some point. He would be called the Mighty Quinn. And when the Eskimos get here, everyone's going to jump for joy. George Springer leads off for Toronto and right. Alejandro Kirk behind the plate batting second. Vladdy Guerrero at first will go third. I think I did this the way that Greg said I should. Miles Straw is in left. He'll clean up. Wow. Okay, Ron, you idiot. It was the outfield part I had right, not the... Wow, okay. Bo Bichette at short will go fifth. Addison Barger at third, batting sixth. Davis Schneider, the DH today, he'll bat seventh. Dalton Varsho in center goes eighth. And Andres Jimenez at second, batting ninth. I did not mean to have the 4-home run hitter cleaning up. What the hell is this, Ron? Is this the mid-'80s White Sox? Yes, it is. Quinn Priester, 95 pitches for Milwaukee. We'll see how far that gets him. Caleb Durbin, a 7 at third to set the Brewer defense. Joey Ortiz, a 7 and a 7 at short. Bryce Terang, a 9 and a 7 at second. Andrew Vaughn, a 5 at first. Isaac Collins, a 7 and a 4 in left. Jackson Chourio, a 6 and a 6 in center. And Frelick is a 9 and a 7 in right. William Contreras, a 7 and a 6 behind the plate. And the Mighty Quinn is an 8 on the mound with a .966 fielding percentage. Springer, 6 for 13. It's not been his fault. The Blue Jays are on the verge of being swept. 2 doubles, a home run, and 4 RBI. Let's go, Crew. Midlife Crisis says, pitch to Springer, struck him out. A 1-2 fastball got him. And yeah, the interesting thing also with Game 3 is that the Brewers had 1 strikeout. Their pitchers only struck out 1 yesterday. And they had a bunt single. Again, somewhere Keith Law passed out. Alejandro Kirk at 300, 3 for 10, a homer and 2 RBI. No truth to the rumors that Taylor Swift is here, or was invited by Christian Yelich. Pitch to Kirk. Ground ball to Terang, and Bryce can't make a play. So Kirk will reach on the air. 1 on, 1 out for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., hitting .231. 3 for 13 on the series. A stolen base and 3 strikeouts. Center field, Chirrillo has it, and Kirk goes back to first. 2 out for Miles Straw, who's 2 for 6. Watch this work out for me. 2 runs, a stolen base, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Priester deals, and he strikes out. So after 1, Blue Jays get an error. No runs, no hits, and after 1, no score. So, as Mr. Andy knows, it'll be Yelich, Contreras, and Frelick to face Lauer here in the second. This is the 3rd time in the last 5 days or 6 days that we've gone below 0 Fahrenheit here in Burlington. I don't think we had a day last winter that we went below 0. We usually have 1 or 2 for the entire winter. And we've had 3 in the month of December. Yelich at 2 for 13, 154 and 2 RBI. Got him. That's 2 for Lauer. 2-2 inside, 1 away. For Contreras, hitting .429, 6 for 14, 2 doubles, a homer, and 5 RBI. 101 to center field. Varsho is there, and Dalton makes the catch, 2 out. For Sal Frelick, 4 for 10 with a homer and 2 RBI. You got to go back to my freshman year in college. Actually, I think it was my sophomore year, where the average temperature for the month of December, or I went to school up at Linden State, so the nearest weather station would be in official weather station was in St. Johnsbury, was 2. That was the average for the entire month, was 2 degrees. Not Celsius, but Fahrenheit. In Burlington, it was a balmy 5 for the month. Ground ball to Bichette, over to Guerrero Jr., and Sal is retired. That'll do it. Milwaukee goes in order again. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. So Bo, Barger, and Schneider to face Priester here in the second. Bo at .417 with an RBI. That is up the middle. Terang makes a fantastic play behind the bag. That kind of hit the seam between the dirt and the carpet, and Terang threw him out. 1 out for Barger, who went 1 for 5 yesterday, or 1 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 5 in the series with 2 strikeouts. So how cold is it for you, John? Barger swings. That's into right field. Frelick going back. 1-0 Toronto. A home run in just past the Brewers bullpen, and Toronto draws first blood. That was hit hard, and Frelick just turned and watched it go. And the Blue Jays are up 1-0. Greg says, when we lived in Alexandria, which is 6 miles from the Ontario-Quebec border, we missed an average of 12 to 15 days of school per year. Now, Vermont schools, this might be U.S. federal too, allows you to miss 5 days for weather without adding days to the calendar, school year. So an American school year is technically 180 days. Davis Schneider, 2 for 10, a homer, and 3 RBI. This is the type of things that you don't want to hear about too much on a fortnight stream. But Vermont schools pad their year with 185, just to give you that leeway. And if you exceed the 5, you make it up at the end of the year, because there's nothing better them being in school after Father's Day because we got 30,000 feet of snow. Either it was too cold for the buses to start, which is an issue, or too much snow. Growing up in north central Pennsylvania, John says, had about a 20-minute walk to the bus stop. I'm so sorry. I have vivid memories of frequently having my nose hairs freeze in the morning. Hasn't been that cold for a long time like that. No. Yeah. Pitch to Schneider. Fly ball, right center. Churrillo going back, has room, makes the catch. And there's 2 out for Varsho, who is 0 for 8 with 3 strikeouts. Can't plug all those buses in for sure. There's a slow chopper to first. Vaughn's got it, and Varsho is out 3-U. However, Toronto gets the home run from Barger, the lone hit in the ballgame so far, and after 2, it's 1-0 Toronto. The winner of 78-79 was bitter, bitter cold. I was in the 3rd grade, to the point where we couldn't do outdoor recess. The wind chills were 40 below zero. How you doing, Barb? John says, was mid-20s wind chill for 2 days. Today it's about 25 without the wind, so it feels downright balmy. Yeah, I don't like the wind. I don't know what the wind chill is, and if I set off the speaker, I set off other people's speakers, it was well below zero this morning. Then again, the actual air temperature was -6. Caleb Durbin is 5 for 12 with 3 RBI. And you lived in Alexandria from 74 to 76, so that was about the time that I was filling diapers and then going to kindergarten. Not at the same time. Durbin, there's a base hit into right field. First hit from Milwaukee. Springer throws it back in for Isaac Collins, who is 4 for 10. Has singled 4 times and scored twice. -8 wind chill where Barb is. A 29-minute walk. Oh, my word. John, did you wear Wonder bags over your shoes? Wonder bread bags? Pitch to Collins. Hard hit to left field, and Straw will make the catch. How about that? 1 out. For Joey Ortiz, 1 for 10, a walk and 3 strikeouts. Durbin goes. That is hooking foul. And somebody from Brampton made that grab. It's 2-2. He's a Gold Glove, but he's a 7 and a 6 in the game. Varsho a 9 and a 7. The 2-2 to Ortiz. Struck him out. That's 3 for Lauer. The Jays are getting their money's worth out of Mr. Lauer today. Here's Terang. He's 0 for 1. Eric opening 9, 46 pitches. 2 2/3. If they can milk him into the 5th, I think they'd take it. 2 2/3, a hit and 3 strikeouts. Oh, and Cleveland, he got a Gold Glove. Snow for Barn tomorrow. Hope you're not having the propane heat put in to try to get me off electric heat. Oh, you hope not. You're having propane. Yeah, electric bills are nuts with the heat. Barb's place was, I'm sure, just from that, without asking her directly, that strikes me as a place built in the 70s. Terang hits a ground ball to Jimenez over to first, and that will do. Milwaukee gets a runner on, does not score. No runs, a hit, they leave a runner on. Bottom 3 in Game 4, 1-0 Toronto. He will be higher next year as Cleveland sent him to, 85, okay. AAA in 24. So here is my electric heat story. Andres Jimenez has nothing to do with it. 2 for 9. 2 singles, a run scored, and 3 strikeouts. Priester starts the 3rd, ground ball to 3rd. Durbin over to Vaughn, and Jimenez is out by an eyelash on a bang-banger, 1 out for Springer. So when we moved to Central Vermont, our first year we lived in a ski chalet because the 6 of us, 3 sisters and 2 parents. That was the year we had the 15-foot Christmas tree inside, fireman's pole. I mean, it was perfect, except for the fact that we had a stone couch and I couldn't get past it to get outside. Springer, by the way, struck out his first time up. Priester opening 9, 38 pitches, 2 1/3. The lone hit, the homer for Barger. I don't remember what my parents paid for rent. This would have been in 1986. But I do know that the landlords, because it was a couple, they were renting it to a family for the first time as opposed to being a resort rental. We got a $2,000 rebate on our electric bill. It was electric heat. It's 2 floors. $2,1986. Think about that for a second. Springer got hit, and George wants to hear more of the story, walks to first. So in January 87, Kirk, by the way, 0 for 1, the electric bill was $920. Again, that's those dollars, not today's dollars. Yeah. And that's why you don't do electric heat in the great Northeast. Helix C from Section 525. Todd, your granddaughter said it was so cold. How cold was it? It was so cold the other day when her mom drove her to school. Her heated seats didn't reach the max level. Oh, these new kids. Oh. Pitch to Kirk. Line drive to Terang for the out. 2 out for Guerrero. Vladdy's 0 for 1. I can't feel the heated seat. What am I going to do? Throw to first, Springer back. I hear about these complaints on a Fortnite stream. Ball gets away from Contreras on the wild pitch, and Springer moves up to second. Now, where would add layers? Yeah. Where's Section 521.5, Greg? Excuse me. Swings into center field. Chiriyo can't get there. Springer will go around third. And Toronto's up 2-0. Guerrero punches him in on the single. 2 hits, 2 runs. Here's Miles Straw, who struck out his first time up. Directly behind home plate. Upper deck. Oh, okay. So about where this picture was taken then. Contreras and Priester have a word. The mighty Quinn delivers. That's a base hit to left field. Collins can't play it. That's extra bases. Straw's on with a double. Guerrero scores. 3 hits, 3 runs. Toronto wants a 5th game. Here's Bo Bichette. He's 0 for 1. That is a base hit. So they've timed Priester well. Durbin should have made the play. Straw will score. And it's 4-0 Toronto. So watch the Facebook group for when we do Game 4. Or Game 5 if this holds. Barger homered in the second. He's 1 for 1. Bichette on first. Priester deals. That is well hit to right center. But Chiriyo will track it down. And it's over. 3 runs, however, for Toronto on 3 hits and no errors. They have finally channeled the spirit of Moose. After 3, 4-0 Toronto. So Vaughn, Chiriyo, and Yelich. So, you're not much taller than I am, Greg. At your height at the time, 5'5", the only thing you couldn't see were the umpire's feet. Well, if Joe West is your thing, then you be you. Pitch to Vaughn, 0 for 1, popped up. Kirk to the screen, can't get there. 0-2. So we're doing some King of the Hill once this series is over to finish out 2025. The Facebook group has said hockey is what they'd like to see it in. What non-baseball sport would you guys like to see? Got him. That's 4 for Lauer. An 0-2 swung on and missed. Chirrillo struck out his first time up. Ground ball to Jimenez, over to Guerrero, and Chirrillo is retired. 2 out, top 4. At the Fortnite stream, you hear complaints about us complaining about the cold. Those old fogies, they're cold all the time. Yelich is 0 for 1. 2 out, top 4. 4-0 Jays. Lauer deals. Fly ball, right center. Back goes Varsho and Springer, and that is long gone. .335 feet. No, that was longer than that. That's an upper deck shot, and it's 4-1. Is it present day hockey or historical lineups? For King of the Hill? Kirby Puckett would have it. That would be one hell of a leap. Hockey. If it's hockey, which is leading the poll on, or the indirect thing on Facebook, I got it. Is John still here? Contreras, by the way, 0 for 1. So Milwaukee on the board, 2 out. There is a line drive down the left field line that will bounce fair. Straw picks it up on a hop. Contreras in for his 3rd double of the series. On second, 2 out for Frelick. Lauer, they'd love to get one more inning out of. Frelick is 0 for 1. Fly ball, left field. Straw will make the grab, and that'll do. Milwaukee on the board on the solo homer from Yelich. 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Game 4. Toronto 4, Milwaukee 3. Or 1. 1. Ron, you can read. It's 1. Because it's the loneliest number. So here's how we got here in the series. The 2 games in Milwaukee were 1-run affairs. Game 1, 5-4. Contreras had 3 hits. Milwaukee won that. They won the second game at home 3-2. And then yesterday just pounded Toronto 11-4. Mr. Gaussman coughed up Mr. Hairball. It was 10-0 in the 3rd. So it'll be Schneider, Varsho, and Jimenez to face Priester here in the 4th. Davis is 0 for 1. You are here. Okay. So I got a message from John yesterday. Pitched to Schneider. Walked him. Asking if I would be interested in Steve Tate's slices. Now, this has nothing to do with pizza or anything like that. Varsho 0 for 1. He has done, and he's done it for, I know he's done it for baseball, football. I don't know if he's done it for basketball. I know he's done it for, all 4, or tried to do them for all 4. So you take a team, and it's a 5-year slice of best players. So it's not the player's best season, but some sort of amalgamation. Now, there's your big word of the day. Of players over a 5-year period. And was wondering if I would do it that way. And I'm thinking to myself, that sounds good. I grabbed the file and have it. There is a chopper over Ortiz into center. Chirrillo's got it. Schneider did not get a good round around second and will have to hold there. So 2 on, 1 out for Jimenez, who's 0 for 1. That would be, I'm assuming that we're talking about the Dalton part. Wouldn't that be Dutch Dalton from the Phillies? Pitch to Jimenez. That is grounded foul, first base side. So I think, yeah, that we will do that. Because I can do hockey in about an hour 10 in Action PC, if the game works right. And Jimenez gets hit. The bases are loaded. And that'll do it for Priester. Aaron Ashby, who I believe closed out yesterday's game, coming into pitch. So Toronto gets into that Milwaukee pen in the fourth with nobody out. Ashby went 15 pitches in 2/3 of an inning yesterday. 26 pitches and a fastball at 92. No, it was a full inning. Didn't strike anybody out or walk anybody. 4-1 Jays. Here's Springer. So just 18 batters for Priester. And in Toronto's eyes, he was pretty mighty. Springer 0 for 1. A strikeout, was hit by a pitch, and a run scored. That got away from Contreras on a pass ball, and it's 5-1 Toronto. Some of you suggested soccer. I'll tell you what, no one would watch. I've tried soccer in the past. You would get more people watching Barb gargle with mouthwash in the morning than you would me doing soccer. How you doing, AP? And Springer walks. Looking more and more like we'll have a game 5 of this series. Here's Kirk. He's 0 for 2. Bases loaded, nobody out. Kirk swings. That's up the middle in front of Chiriot. Varsho scores. Jimenez scores. Springer on third. Runners on the corners, and another blowout. 7-1. I mean, I've tried it. People don't. It would do okay live, but people just don't watch. Vladdy 1 for 2. He's got a single, an RBI, and a run scored. And he draws a walk. Varsho was born exactly 9 months after his dad's last game. Was Varsho's mom aware of that? John did a King of the Hill with Steve's baseball file. Can't remember how you picked the teams, but 05-09 Cubs crushed versus modern and contemporary teams. All that pitching, absolutely. Funny, that's who I was going to use was the mid-70s. Don't know if I'll do the late 70s Habs or the late 70s those Islanders. I'm waiting for Barb's response to the joke I made. Pitch to Straw, 1 for 2. Contreras and Ashby have a word. That is up the middle. Ortiz, Terang for 1, and that's all they're going to get. Didn't even go to Terang. Ortiz just stepped on second. 8-1. Here's Bo Bichette. Bo 1 for 2 with an RBI. So runners on the corners. That is a high ground ball to Ortiz. Kirk on his way home. They throw to the plate, and they didn't get him. I cannot believe that they did not try for 2. It would have ended the inning. It said an 83% chance. Ortiz was playing back. They were perfectly set up for the double play, and they go to the plate, and Captain Kirk scored again. 9-1 Toronto. Here's Barger, who homered in the second. Was Varsho's name Robin after Robin Roberts? Ba-doom, boom. You'll be here all the week. Try the veal. The joke was, we're talking about soccer and how it draws flies for me as far as people watching it is concerned. I said you would have more people that would watch Barb use her mouthwash in the morning than watch me play soccer. Brian Martin's indoor soccer game inside the boards. I think I bought it. Soccer plays well. Pitch to Barger. There's a ground ball to Terang. He'll go to Vaughn, and Barger is retired. 2 out. Big inning so far. Toronto with a 5 spot on the board. Here's Schneider. Davis walked and scored. He's 0 for 1. Ashby deals, and Schneider draws the walk. If Toronto can come from a 3-0 deficit, and will not soccer, and yet people would show up if I stream me gargling. I think that's the other thing with that, too, and it was interesting that people asked about that, is that you don't know when the action's going to be. Yeah, between the boards. I did get the designer right. I got the name wrong. Varsho 1 for 2. Ashby spent. He's gone 31 pitches to get 2/3 of an inning. Bases remain loaded. Varsho hits a ground ball to first. Vaughn will take it. He's yelling at Ortiz as he spikes the ball near the mound. Blue Jays get 5 on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 5th, 9-1 Toronto. So Durbin, Collins, and Ortiz. Caleb 1 for 1. Oh, he gave you an updated file. The one I grabbed off of Discord is over a week old. All right. You can send it to me through Facebook, right? Because it's a zip file, or no? No, you're not going to see a play King of the Hill fishing tournament. I did grab the horse racing game. I haven't played it yet. Anyway, if you aren't familiar with Steve Tate's stuff, it is wonderful, and he does the draft leagues too. I don't know if Bernie's still doing the baseball one or not. Is he, John? But they were showing some of those off. Pitch to Durbin, who singled his first time up. That's a bunt. Barger picks it up, throws to first, and Durbin reaches. And Keith Law again will have a diatribe about that. Here's Collins. He's 0 for 1. Greg has attended 4 soccer matches in his life. 1 Olympic quali, 1 Olympic game. Spain versus Brazil. Ooh, where was that? In Montreal in 76? The New York Cosmos versus Toronto to see Pele, and 1 other. Okay. All right. Yeah, take your time. That was the year that the soccer gold medal match was at Olympic Stadium. How you got around the divots they must not have been able to do the field events there. I mean, how do you do play a soccer game on the same pitch that you used for the javelin? Oh, you just did the Dead Ball Draft League with Bernie and Beatles. Good pairing. Yeah, send it to me through Discord. No hurry. This series, obviously, unless Milwaukee comes back, will go on 1 more game. Collins 0 for 1. Durbin on first. Fly ball to the left. Straw running back. That is well hit, but is out. Unlikely. Yeah, which is why I was surprised, because the track events were at Olympic Stadium. Joey Ortiz 0 for 1. He struck out once. Oh, he still is in Steve Tate's. Beatles loves dead ball. Absolutely loves dead ball. Pitch to Ortiz. There is a line shot to left. Straw will make the grab. Maybe. When you're up 8, you let it bounce. Durbin to second. Straw kept it in front of him, and that's all you got to do. So that's the 5th hit. Twice for the lineup now. Bryce Terang is 0 for 2. Lauer, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 79 pitches. The home run to Yelich, and 4 strikeouts. And Bernie and Beatles, once in a while, will still do their show. Pitch, Kirk and Lauer have a word. Lauer deals. That is a base hit into right field. Springer will pick it up. The bases are loaded, and that will do for Mr. Lauer. Don't let Milwaukee back in a 9-1 game. We got everybody but Braden Fisher. The computer says Dominguez. Craig would have been fine in the dead ball era as a line drive hitter with limited power. Yeah, hockey, football, or hockey and basketball. Yep, hockey's the one that we're going to do. Sir Anthony Dominguez. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Gets his first appearance in this series. He went 24 games for the Jays in 25. 2-1, a 3 ERA flat. He is 30, fastball at 93, and a ground ball plus pitchers, which is what the Jays need right now. 21 innings, 12 hits, 11 runs, 7 earned. A home run, he's walked 12 and struck out 25. The good news is the batting average here is 226. The bad news is the on-base percentage is 529. The bases are loaded. Durbin on third, Ortiz on second, Terang on first, Dominguez, okay? Dominguez deals. Fly ball right field. It was Sir Anthony I thought I would struggle with. That is well hit. Springer going back. George makes the catch. Durbin will tag and score without a throw, and it's 9-2. And if that's the worst that happens to Toronto in this inning, they'll have dodged one. Here's Chirrillo. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Dominguez deals. Got him! And yep, that's the worst that could happen. Just a 1 run. 1 run for Milwaukee on 3 hits. They chase Lauer, and after 4.5, it's a cold day in the Northeast. 9-2 Toronto. Here's how it got here. Milwaukee leads the series 3-0, but Toronto has the edge here in Game 4, 9-2. 9 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Jays. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for Milwaukee. In the second, Addison Barger, a solo homer to make it 1-0. In the third, they send 7 to the plate and get 3. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. singled home George Springer. Miles Straw, who mistakenly was put in the lineup by drunken manager Ron Chuckett as the cleanup hitter, doubled to score a run. It worked. It's 3-0. Bo Bichette singled home Straw to make it 4-0. Milwaukee made it 4-1 in the fourth. Christian Yelich, a massive home run to right center to make it 4-2. And then the bottom dropped out for the Brewers in the fourth. Davis Schneider scored on a pass ball by Contreras to make it 5-1. Alejandro Kirk with a 2-run single to make it 7-1. Miles Straw, an RBI fielder's choice to make it 8-1. And then Bo Bichette drove home another run to make it 9-1. And then Andrew Vaughn, just a moment ago, a sac fly to make it 9-2. Both the starters are gone. Priester, 3+, 5 hits, 7 runs all earned. The home run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. And Ashby, not all that in a bag of chips himself. You'd be amazed. I mean, this is supposed to be a high pitching era. Milwaukee's ERA coming into this was 5.52, and Toronto's was 5.58. Sounds like the time the Suns will rise back in next April. Lauer, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The home run and 4 strikeouts. And Dominguez, 2/3 of an inning and a strikeout. So Jimenez 0 for 1. He has scored. Ashby starts the fifth. There's a fly ball to center. Chirrillo coming in. Rides the Schwinn, makes the catch, 1 out. Ashby staying in for George Springer. Springer has scored twice. He's been hit by a pitch. It walked and struck out. Yeah, Steve Tate's contributions to the community, specifically the Action PC community, are legendary. Absolutely legendary. If there was ever an Action PC Hall of Fame, he should be in it. Pitch to Springer. Popped up left side. Ortiz will make the catch, and there's 2 out, and we're going to have a pitching change. Jake Bauers coming in. So Ashby's day is done. Bauers is a hitter. Now that's interesting. They go with the position player. He went 5 innings. He must have just pitched mop-up stuff. 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, a double, 3 walks, and a strikeout. He is a fastball pitcher at 85. But somehow, some way, his ERA plus is only 111. Kirk just sitting there and smiling at the plate. Alejandro 1 for 3. A single, 2 RBI today, and a run scored. This is the first. I'm not sure I've seen a position player pitch in the 5th inning before. To Terang for a web jam, another one. It's the second of the series. Terang just with a huge leap, and that'll do. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 6th here in Game 4. Toronto 9, Milwaukee 2. So Yelich, Contreras, and Frelick to face Dominguez here in the 6th. Now, you can pitch position players in Action PC normally because most teams don't do that, or at least in the eras that I play. You just kind of manually drag them in there. Obviously, Bauers had pitched before. Yelich draws the walk. When we did 88, Contreras, by the way, 1 for 2 with a double. You know who pitched in a game? I don't think we never got a blowout in that World Series, so I didn't use him. But Davey Concepcion pitched for the Reds. Kirk and Dominguez have a word. Popped up. Bichette. Shallow left. 1 out. For Frelick, who's 0 for 2. Fly ball, left field, Straw. Meanders back, makes the catch. 2 out. So Dominguez was the right answer. And the gentleman up in section 525 gets a year's supply of turtle wax. Caleb Durbin 2 for 2. A single twice, scored once. Oh, he pitched 5. Yeah, I saw he pitched 5 this year and then 4 last year. That lucky fan, Mr. Gorky, also gets an autographed copy of Lloyd Robertson's autobiography. That's the kind of career it's been. Ignore Sandy Ronaldo's name written inside it. Pitch to Durbin. That's up the middle. Bichette over to Guerrero, and Dominguez does the job. After 5.5 here in Toronto, 9-2 Jays. So is this a case of, as Bauers takes the mound to face Vladdy, Guerrero, Straw, and Bichette, well, they did that they just burned him in blowouts, or was he actually used as a legitimate pitcher? A 4.08 career ERA. Guerrero in the right field for a base hit. That got past Chirrillo, and Vladdy's going to have a double. At least. He will hold there. That's the 7th hit for the Jays today. And that'll bring up Straw. Miles 1 for 3, mistakenly put in the cleanup spot by yours truly, but he has a double and 2 RBI. And he walks. As a fielder on the mound, Bauers is rated a 1 with a 0 fielding percentage, and 1 is not good. Bo Bichette 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. Oh, she is tiny. I was trying to look at who on the field. I was trying to to that who was I was mispronouncing, and I realized what you were doing. Pitch to Bo. There's a ground ball to Ortiz. Should be two. Terang for one. Vaughn for two. So 2 out with Guerrero on third for Barger, who hit the homer off a Lauer in the second. Popped up. Vaughn. Bowers is going to get out of this unscathed. How about that? Vaughn makes the catch, and we're through 6. No runs, a hit. The Jays have left on 6, but when you lead 9-2, you don't care. All blowouts, according to... Are you home, or are you doing that from the truck? So Sarah Anthony Dominguez... No, wrong button. As soon as I put the mouse in the right spot, his day is done. It's going to be Tommy Nance, who hasn't pitched in game 1. Nance retired 1 batter and struck him out. 33 years old, fastball at 91. And a ground ball plus pitcher from the truck here. I would hope not. They're not trying to drive an answer. Imagine trying to explain that. Someone got into an accident listening to a fake baseball game on your phone. Well, I was looking up the statistical career of Jake Bauers, and I didn't see that deer or that French dip. Collins is 0 for 2. It'll be Collins, Ortiz, and Terang to face Nance here in the 7th. Ground ball to Jimenez, over to Guerrero for the out. Joey Ortiz 1 for 2 with the strikeout. Well, officer, I was texting somebody. So for those of you who are interested in me doing soccer, why? I'm just curious. Ortiz 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Ground ball to third. Barger over to Guerrero, and Ortiz out on a banger, 2 out. For Terang, 1 for 3. Bryce has a single. Ellie Hendricks pitched well in what was his only appearance as a pitcher. It was against the Jays. 2 1/3, a hit, no runs. It can happen. And honestly, most Major League players have pitched at some point. Might not have been a high level of high school. It may have been JV, or certainly, look, if you're playing Major League Baseball, you obviously did well in something like Little League, and you got used there, and a shortstop. I think you'd find very few American-born players who either hadn't pitched or played short at some point in their amateur careers. Pitch to Terang is a line shot to Jimenez. Stretch time, 9-2 Jays. Brewers went in order in the top of the inning. 9-2 Toronto. Schneider, Varsho, and Jimenez to face Bauers again. Schneider has walked twice and scored. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to third. Durbin throws it away. Gets past Vaughn, and Schneider's going to reach. Durbin makes the error. Schneider will hold. It was a throw that just pulled Vaughn off the bag. And that will be an E5. Here's Varsho. Dalton 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Who was it? Anthony Rizzo? And one of his stops either was the pitcher or the batter in one of those. It's 18-0, so let's blow a position player. And he either got hit by somebody on a 38-mile-an-hour junk ball or hit somebody on a 38-mile-an-hour junk ball. Varsho swings. That's into right field. Back goes Frelick. That is well hit, and that is caught. Shakes Schneider's hand as he goes back to the dugout. One out for Jimenez. Andres 0 for 2 with a run scored. Up the middle, Ortiz, Terang for 1, Vaughn for 2. Would you believe that? Bowers has been tremendous. A 6-4-3 double play. After 7, 9-2 Jays. Larry Bittner didn't fare so well against the Expos. Was this with the Cubs? An inning pitch, 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 homers, a walk. But he did strike out 3. And that's what he tells his grandchildren. Andrew Vaughn is 0 for 2 with an RBI. Nance will stay out, at least to start the inning. Base hit left field. Straw will grab it. And Vaughn is on for Jackson Chourio. 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Up the middle, Jimenez. Bichette for 1, Guerrero Jr. for 2. So Nance has 2 out here in the 8th. Yelich 1 for 2. He homered, I believe, in the 4th. Popped up right side. That's well, that a little further back. Springer will make the catch, and that is the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th here in Toronto, 9-2 Blue Jays. Apparently none of you in here were looking for me to do soccer. It'll be Springer, Kirk, and Guerrero to face Bowers, at least to start. Jake Bowers has gone 2 1/3 of one-hit ball. Springer 0 for 2. He has scored twice. He has walked, been hit by a pitch, and struck out. And he gets hit again. And that'll do it for Bowers. Abner Uribe. I wonder if he was named after Doubleday. Coming in, Abner, 24 years old, fastball at 94. A ground ball pitcher, pitched in game 1. He went 1 inning. 26 pitches, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Springer's tempted to steal, but it is a 7-run game. Kirk 1 for 4 today. He's driven in 2. Singled and scored. And it got away on a wild pitch, and the runner moves up 90. Swings, base hit, right field. Frelick in the alley cuts it off. And Springer skips back to third. For Vladdy, 2 for 3 today. A double, an RBI. Center field, Chourio going way, way back there. That looked great off the bat, but all it's going to be is a sac fly. That thing just kind of went out there about 350 feet and dropped straight down. So 10-2 Jays, 1 out in the 8th. They only have 8 hits. Straw 1 for 3, a double, 2 RBI, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. Won't be a sweep. Gorky suggests that Hoffman may be okay with an 8-run lead. It won't be a sweep. The brooms are frozen in Saranac Lake. Pitch to Straw is a ground ball to Ortiz. Terang for 1. Straw's going to reach. So 10-2, good buddy. Yeah, it is cold. We had 6 below here in town. Bo Bichette, 1 for 4, 2 RBI. Andy was joking earlier with me this morning about how warm the lake kept us. When I got up this morning at 6:30, There's a weather station down on the lake, and it said 6 with a wind chill of -6. We are slightly up the hill. We're about 300 feet up above the lake and about a quarter mile. And it was 6 below zero. So the lake, if you were down by the lake, it was 12 degrees warmer. That is into right center, and that will drop for a hit. Chirio's got it. Straw doesn't stop. He's on his way to third, and the throw is cut off. 21 below in Saranac Lake this morning. That is definitely not hot Sarah. Barger 1 for 4. He homered in the second. After the game, Toronto fans can go to Mickey D's and pay $6 for a hot chocolate. No joke. As the company now trying to change that for a hot chocolate, charge that. Yeah, no, $6 for a hot chocolate. It was try cold. Doesn't that make it feel colder, Paul? I actually bought some sugar-free hot chocolate. This is the Real World Series between the two teams with the best records in their respective leagues. And Barger draws the walk. Milwaukee has won the first 3. Toronto has indeed channeled the spirit of Moose Scourin and leads 10-2. Schneider 0 for 2. 2 walks and a run scored. Contreras and Uribe have a word. And Schneider walks. And the Skip Carey says, we'll give you permission to change the channel as long as you visit our sponsors. Nick Mears coming in to pitch. Mears has gone twice in the series. 28 years old, fastball at 94. And a standard pitcher. He pitched both games in Milwaukee. Got the win in Game 2 in that 3-2 win. Inning in 2/3, 28 pitches. Allowed hit and a strikeout. So 2 2/3, a hit and 2 Ks. All balmy -2 Celsius. Toronto setting up for a Game 7 loss. Do we go in wearing Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner jerseys if that's the case? Varsho 1 for 4. A single and a run scored. That's pretty warm, Greg. That's about, what, 30? 29, 30 degrees? I'd take that today. Varsho swings, and that is into right field. Frelick will pick it up. Bichette will score. Barger scores, and it's now 13-2. It's safe to bring in Hoffman, right? Where was this yesterday? In the third inning yesterday, in Game 3, it was 10-0 Milwaukee. All right? Since then, since the third inning yesterday, so 8 innings today and 6 innings yesterday. So in the last 14 innings, the Blue Jays have outscored the Brewers 17-3. Taking in the game with Section 525 with Chatham, Ontario legend Ferguson Jenkins. That would be awesome. I'm sure you've met Fergie, right? Runners on first and second. Fly ball to left. Collins is there. And that'll do it. Toronto gets 4 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And to the sounds of Frank Mills' classic music box stancer, dun da 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 da. Here comes the Bob Stanley of the Toronto Blue Jays, Jeff Hoffman. It was as low as 17 below 5 Fahrenheit. Hoffman got the loss in game 2. And if he loses this, even I won't let that happen. 31 years old, an extreme fly ball pitcher. Even in Toronto, that doesn't work. Fastball at 93. So in that loss, he went 2/3 of an inning, 13 pitches. The one hit the home run from the backup shortstop. I'm sure he is a very nice man. I think I follow him on Facebook. So Contreras, Frelick, and Durbin as Hoffman tries to get his groove back here. Contreras 1 for 3, a double, and because it needs to be said, have I upped with Ronco records yet? He's dead, but yes, I have. Watch for my videos on YouTube. The Brewers need 11 to tie and 12 to win. Fly ball left field. Back goes Straw. 1 out for Frelick, who's 0 for 3. All right, Paul. Why do you want to see me do soccer? Frelick 0 for 3. Hoffman deals. Base hit, right field. Springer will pick it up. Bob Stanley of Toronto or the Joe McLaughlin of the 2020s? Caleb Durbin is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. I don't think the song works, though, for Hoffman. It's Jeff Hoffman time. Yes, it does, I guess. It's Jeff Hoffman time. Well, I'm not doing an episode of anything in the hot tub, but thanks for playing, Sean. Gardner had one when we first started. Pitch to Durbin. Ground ball to third. Barger, Jimenez for 1, Guerrero for 2, and that will do. Hey, we get a game 5. The 2 here at Rogers Center have been laughers. This time it's the Blue Jays. Pushing the series forward in 3 hours and 20 fake minutes, 13-2. Paul says, because no one else was going to ask you to do it, and I'd love to have you say, goal! Sorry about your ears. 13 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Jays. They leave on 8. Milwaukee, 2 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. And they leave on 5. Nance gets the win. Well, that's right, because Lauer didn't go 5. Nance went 2, allowed a hit. Lauer, the starter, 4 to third, 6 hits, 2 runs, all earned. The home run to Yelich, and he struck out 4 and did quite well, as there will be a 5th game. Dominguez, an inning and 2/3, a walk and a strikeout. Nance got the win, 2 innings and a hit, and Hoffman went to 9. An inning and a hit. And again, Toronto must have made contact a lot. In the last 2 games, they have struck out twice in 18 innings. Priester, 3 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, all earned. The home run to Barger, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Ashby, an inning and 2/3, a hit, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks. Bowers, a position player not named Ohtani, 2 1/3, a hit, a run, it was earned, and a walk. Uribe let this one get away in the 8th, and then Mears got the 24th out. All right. Well, thank you. Stay warm and not long enough. Shocking Hoffman doesn't give up a run. So watch the Facebook group. We'll tell you when we're going to do game number 5, but it will be this week. So until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much. We will talk to you next time for game 5 of this Real World Series. The Brewers, 3 games to 1. Stay warm, everybody.